Welcome to Daily Rising, Ignite Everyday Excellence. I'm Joan D'Amico, your mental performance mastery coach, here to bring you daily mindset and motivation strategies to fuel your success in every area of life. Get ready to ignite your excellence with today's show. I can't tell you the number of conversations I've had in the last couple weeks focused on goals, particularly personal and professional goals for 2025, because as of this recording, it's the middle of January. Well, here's the thing. So many of the individuals that I've been talking to are having a hard time setting their big goal for the year, particularly when it comes to their business. Now, some of those goals need to be discussed with supervisors, bosses, the powers that be, because some of their goals have to fit in with the organization. There are specific standards and expectations that they have for their job. Then you look at different bonus structures and things like that they need to weigh in putting their goals out there. But some of them are having a hard time with that big number. Some of them are newer to an organization, so they don't really know what they're capable of yet. And here was my suggestion to them, and I want to share the same suggestion with you if you're struggling to come up with that big goal. Because regardless of the goal that you set, you must continue to revisit and assess where you're at and figure out, do you need to change some of the plan to get to that goal if you're not making the progress that you want? Because I'm not necessarily going to tell you to change that goal to something lesser. I might tell you to do something a little different in order to achieve it. But there's nothing wrong with extending the goalpost. And here's what I mean. A couple of the individuals, I said, okay, you're not really sure where you're at, what that looks like, right? New circumstances. There were two individuals that were both going to be having babies in this first quarter. They don't really know what their life is going to be looking like. They're going to be working from home, different settings. And I said, why don't you start with your quarter goal, right? What is that first goal that you have? What is that goal that you have for 6 months, right? Revisit it at 3. If you can be doing more, you need to set that bar further. There's nothing wrong with starting with that industry standard that you have, right? With those standards and expectations that are placed on you as you get started trying to figure out what it is that is even possible for you to do. And then you must revisit it and extend that goalpost when you see, okay, I can do this. Working from home, having a new baby, this makes sense. Okay, now we extend it. I'm a new person. I've got my feel, right? I know the calls I'm making. I know the flow. Okay, now let's set that bigger goal. But just because you don't know what that end goal is for the year doesn't mean that you shouldn't be setting something, that you don't have some sort of standard, some sort of expectation for yourself and for the work that you're doing. And then again, evaluate it, see where you're at, and extend it. I don't want you to decrease a goal, right? I want you to figure out what work you need to do in order to get there. But start smaller. Start with that 3-month, 6-month, right? 9-month, 12-month. Wherever it is that you need to start that makes sense based on your situation, and go from there. The key is to have something that you're tracking, something that you're targeting, and something that you're striving to get to, because otherwise you're just going to be floating out there, and that's going to do you and the organizations you're with no good. And I challenge you, maybe it's the same way with some of your personal goals. Look at ultimately where you want to be. What are some of the small goals that you can set on your way there? And if you don't know that big number yet or that big thing, start with what you know, what you can, evaluate, and then extend it out. Thank you for listening to another episode of Daily Rising. If you enjoyed today's show, drop a review and share it with your friends. Don't forget to check the show notes for a recap of today's message, along with valuable resources and opportunities to connect further and ignite your excellence.